Oh, you know what time it is.
You know what time it is?
Y'all been asking for this. I did my top 10 greatest ERBs of all time. Now it's time to do the top 10 worst ERBs of all time. Let's get into the shenanigans. When I first started this, first of all, shout out to everybody who hit up the community tab when I dropped the question, what are your top 10 words? It was super fun going through all y'all responses. I was dying laughing. This video ended up being a lot easier than I thought it was going to be, because I was like, is there 10 that I don't like? Turns out, not only is there 10, there's 3 honorable mentions.
Yeah.
So we're going to get right into it. Right out the gate, my first honorable or dishonorable mention is Doc Brown versus Doctor Who. Now I put this as a lot of the dishonorable mentions to me are missed opportunity ones that if revisited could be done way better. That's another thing I'm thinking of doing, is my own little, series of going back on ERBs that maybe could have been better, rewriting them, whatever, do my own battle. So let me know if you want to see that too. But Doc Brown versus Doctor Who, the thing is, I feel like it was cool. Like Doc Brown was cool. It was just I.
Great Scott, you're great. Not. I'm not sure what sort of scientific authority you purport to be, but I'm a real doctor. Where'd you get your degree?
But there wasn't a lot, and this could come from me not knowing a lot of Doctor Who, but I feel like even if you are a diehard Doctor Who fan, I feel like the writers might not have been that much, because I feel like you could have pulled more from it. It was just a very lackluster battle to me, and that's why I put it as my first dishonorable mention. My second dishonorable mention is Gandalf versus Dumbledore. Oh my goodness. Ladies and gentlemen, this battle,
I brought fires like Shadowfax! Can't riddle me this, you bitch! How's your little wand gonna beat my style? Do not take me for some conjurer of cheap tricks! I don't give a fuck about your Order of Phoenix!
Oh, okay. I see what you did there.
I think might be, because the dishonorable mentions aren't in any order. I think this might be the most missed opportunity of a battle, period. That battle was like, it was way too leaning on the humor aspects or trying to be funny aspects. And when that doesn't, which is cool, but when the jokes don't land, boy. And it was a lot of repetition in the disses.
Your ass is like Gringotts. Everyone makes a deposit. We all know you've more than a bogart in your closet. Check your status. They call me headmaster. You're nothing. Nice stab. You compensating for something? Expecto my patronum on your face, you little snitch. And when I'm finished, I'll fly like it's Quidditch.
There's essentially like 2 bars in the whole thing, and when you go back and listen to it, there's so much more. I feel like Gandalf and Dumbledore have lore for days and days and days and years, and I feel like that one could have been revisited and the punches could have been a bit sharper and, something like a little bit hotter. Let's keep it funky. It was kind of, So, my last dishonorable mention is Captain Kirk versus Christopher Columbus. All right, I take back what I just said in that last one. I already take it back. This might be one of the most missed opportunities of ERB.
I'll show you how a real explorer handles a situation. I'll beat you so bad they'll feel it in the next generation.
I'm the enterprising Captain James, Tiberius Kirk, representing Riverside, Iowa, planet Earth.
I am the fabric of history. You are a fictional stain. I'll stick a flag up your ass and declaim you for Spain.
All right, so it was so one-sided that obviously Captain Kirk won. Obviously Captain Kirk. And there's so much to say about Christopher Columbus, but even in that, you could have done Columbus way dirtier. That's not even, y'all thought I was going to go on the angle like it was just one-sided. Nope. Nope, not just that. But you could have, you could have killed them way harder. And honestly, if rewritten, I could kill Captain Kirk way harder than they did. I feel like that was a setup just to get Columbus out of here, which I ain't mad at, but you know, it is what it is. But those are my dishonorable mentions. Now we get into the official list. Y'all ready? Huh?
Pooping.
Let's get right into it. Number 10. Now, remember, this is my list, huh? This is my list. I'll turn to Denzel again if you want. Huh? When I'm done with you, you'll be frying chicken in Pelican Bay. No, my bad. So, this is my list. Don't get mad. And honestly, the order isn't important. They're all kind of doodle. Number 10 is Miley versus Joan of Arc. Now, the reason I put this on 10 is because it was doodle, but it wasn't. It was do, but it wasn't do.
Facts.
It wasn't quite do. Of the 10, this is the one that I'll put on top because the flows were cool. The costumes were pretty good. But really, the hardest punches came, I think, from Miley's side. Well, the hardest punches from Miley, from both sides, were really pretty repetitive.
They get that party turned up. You getting lifted on a stake. Get that body burned up. Sweet burn. No pun intended. But when I come under fire, I can hashtag handle it.
If you really go back, because on my first watches, I'm, watching them on first. I'm giving my first reactions, But when I have time to digest and analyze it, gives me more time to think about it. And those back and forths, really Joan of Arc, it was the Joan of Arc burning stuff. It was really the same kind of stuff over and over. But that's why I was 10. It wasn't quite the worst ERB of all time to me. Like, that was a cool little ERB, but it was just mad lackluster. Like a nice little 10. You feel me? A nice little 10. That's my number 10. So don't get too upset. I don't care if they do it anyway. Number 9. Easter Bunny versus Genghis Khan. Now, first of all, when I looked at this matchup, I said,
Why?
And to this day, I still don't quite understand the matchup.
How you gonna battle? I invented hip-hop and my little tail swinging and my big ears flopping. Silly rabbit, you'll need more than luck. You've got 2 giant ears but can't hear that you suck.
What?
I still don't quite understand the line through it. And a lot of these 10, the matchups to me now in hindsight, don't really, there's a real thin attachment to them. But like, the matchup was whatever. And then also, a lot of the early ERBs, their lyric game is kind of basura.
I drive a Mongol horde, your army is weak. What? You going to attack me with a posse of peeps?
I ain't gonna hold you. Couple of them ERBs, Now, I love the whole ERB team. I don't work with the team. Shout out to Lloyd, Peter, everybody. Love y'all to death. But I'll keep it a strat. You know what I mean? Some of them early ones, cringe-tastic with the bars. I ain't gonna hold you. It is what it is. I did my top 10, bro. You feel me? So them early bars and the Easter Bunny and the Genghis Khan, the punches and stuff, it was very like, okay, man. I think you're more focused on making Peter Rabbit sound like this.
Ooh,
or Easter Bunny. So I like this. Where it was just like, all right, that was cool. But it still wasn't like top 5 worst, because there were some of those bars where I'm like, I cannot believe that opening Easter Bunny bar is pretty crazy. And I gotta kind of give him props for just going there, you feel me? Because he ain't lying. He ain't lying. So anyway, that's my number 9. Number 8. Abe versus Chuck Norris, man. I'm gonna keep it tall. This is when we gonna start getting into the dookie water. This is kind of when we start treading the dumpster juice.
Nothing like the first cup of dumpster juice in the morning.
Abe versus Chuck was literally, essentially, just so Chuck Norris's verse was essentially the Chuck Norris meme for an entire battle.
I invented rap music when my heart started beating. Chuck Norris doesn't battle, he just allows you to lose. I attack sharks when I smell them bleed. I don't go swimming, water just wants to be around me.
That's essentially what you got. It wasn't really too fact-based, it was more just supposed to be a joke. I can obviously see the joke. And if the funny thing too is a lot of things, this is why it has to be on the top 10 worst ERBs, because it ages terribly. So if you are mad young right now, say you found ERB through my reaction, say you found it this year, and say you 15, you probably have no idea what you go back and watch it like, I don't get it. Because the Chuck Norris memes was such a encapsulation of a time that it's like, it's not gonna hit other people like that. And going back and watching, it's like, ugh, this is garbage. But the reason why it's not, I always have a reason why I didn't put him in the top 5. The one single reason is that John Wilkes Booth bar.
Chuck Norris doesn't battle, he just allows you to lose. My raps will blow your mind like a verbal John Wilkes Booth.
John Wilkes, come on, bro. That alone keeps it out the top 5. That alone keeps it out the bottom 5, I should say. So that's my, oh yeah, and the Abe was very, get him out of here. It was very, my number 7. Worst ERB of all time. You ready? Bieber versus Beethoven. Let's get into it. Let's talk about it. We're going to talk about it. This battle, because you know we getting closer to that bottom. This battle was pretty trash, doggy.
Look what the cat dragged back from the dead. Man, it looks like Chewbacca wiped his ass on your head. Garbage. You smell like Betty White. Here's some aspirin. You're catching fever tonight. Garbage.
You wanna trade blows? You can't even hit puberty.
Garbage.
Yeah. The problem that I had with the battle, I think, is a unique problem that other people had, because people, had other problems with the rhymes and how annoying Justin Bieber. They made Justin Bieber's voice, blah blah blah. See, I have a unique take on it. A lot of people just don't like Justin Bieber. I have a unique take on it. That battle, to me, was the most separate from the way I think of things. And let me explain that, if that makes sense. Probably doesn't. Beethoven, some of the things that he was trying to use to diss Bieber, I fully did not understand.
I crafted masterpieces that will last throughout the ages. Your music gets you bitches on your Facebook pages.
I feel like it was a very you can tell an older person wrote that. You could just tell. You could tell the mind frame of. I just kind of disagreed. It was a weird battle. It was a weird. What's it called? Combination. And I feel like it was one of those ones that was made to make you go, well, Bieber lost. I feel like it was made to make. I feel like the battle was made more to make fun of Justin Bieber than it was to have a battle between Justin Bieber and Beethoven. And that's why I kind of buck the system and go against and be like, I think actually Bieber won. For real, if you go back and watch it. But no, that's just mad. All right, we are now to the number 6. Hulk Hogan versus Kim Jong-il. That battle was garbito.
What the hell did you just say?
Oh, yeah, now we're going to get into the... By the way, this is no holds barred. I'm going off. All gloves off. All gloves off in this review. That battle was traca.
Your body looks like a spray tan banana with a Wallis mustache and a whack bandana. Your whole family's a bunch of Barbies, dude. You want beef? Eat this Korean barbecue.
Stop it. You got a ringside seat to your own SmackDown, brother. You look like Sonic the Hedgehog's mother.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks.
Oh my God. First of all, the Hulk Hogan, this is one of them times where the impression gets in the way of the battle. And you go, all right, bro, let's just hear Hulk Hogan go, brother. That was, it was horrible. This nigga say you look like Sonic the Hedgehog's mother. What? What? It was a horrible battle. And Kim Jong-un came, I'm gonna keep it talking, Kim Jong-un came real whack on it. Yo, shout out to Timothy Delgado. But that was garbage. All right, let's get into, it's that time.
Hammer time.
It's that time. The bottom 5 ERBs of all time. Number 5. We're going to get right into it. Mario Brothers versus the Wright Brothers. Bruh. This battle, I can't remember how long it is. Hold on, I'm going to go check. I'm going to check exactly how long that battle is. That battle is 1 minute and 46 seconds of absolutely nothing.
Woulda, coulda, come to lose an extra life. So just back down in your pipe.
Garbage. Look at these two. Their lives must have been horrible.
Two dorky dudes.
Named Wilbur and horrible.
Garbage.
You should eat something anyway. Look at you, so skinny.
You might fly like a hawk.
Would you fight like a kitty?
Garbage.
Them boys said absolutely nothing to each other.
We don't need to fight. We're the fathers of flight, representing North Carolina.
How you have 4 people on the battlefield and not none of y'all say nothing? That was like a quadruple negative. That was horrible. That was a triple negative. I mean, quadruple, whatever. Bruh, I promise you that battle was, they thought of the name first. I think they always do this, but you can tell they thought of the name first and then couldn't really come to a point on why they would be battling. Because that, what was that? They were just, what? The weirdest battle of all. It's really just the most substanceless battle, I think, and it's pretty fantastic. Number 4, worst battle. Bruce Jenner versus Bruce Banner. Okay, you know how Romeo and Juliet versus Bonnie and Clyde got elevated because of Juliet's performance? Like, one person's performance was so good that it elevated the entirety of the battle. This battle is like the opposite of that.
I understand that you hate yourself, but you don't need to blame yourself. Get hit with a little forgiveness. The vision of the shorts kinda scarred me, but you just rage at a Barney themed party.
Garbage.
And you down easy, that's kitchen time.
3 hours later.
Examine this under your microscope.
This needs to stop now.
Because Bruce Jenner's performance was so bad, so bad, so bad, it took down the entirety of this battle. The weird thing about it is the person that played Bruce Jenner when turning into Caitlyn is a battle rapper. No shade. She should have done way better. Period. That was oddly bad because, and the amount of time they gave her to rap was weird because it exasperated how bad the rapping was to me. It was not good. It was not fun, and it was torturous to sit through. That's my number 4. Number 3. Now this one, the top 3 you can switch around, but the reason why this one isn't number 1 is because I'll give it a pass, and the reason why it's not number 2 is because I give it a pass. This one was was the first ERB. Let's get right to it. John Lennon versus Bill O'Reilly. This battle to me is not number 1 or 2 for a couple reasons. One, I give it a pass. It was early ERB. It was the first ERB. The rapping was atrocious.
Hell, you're making my ears bleed. You need a muzzle. Why you pissed off all the time? Didn't your mom give you a cuddle?
Really? Yeah, I mean, that has to be a mistake because...
Hell no.
Every time I watch your show, all you do is scream at me, and your face looks like a shit I took high on LSD.
What?
I'm John Lennon, I'm a legend, I can see through all your tricks. I wonder how much George Bush paid you to suck it.
Hey, yo!
You're Paul McCartney's with his talent than Ringo, and I'd rather suck George Bush's than Yoko Ono's.
Hey, yo, what the
It was atrocious. The costumes, the Bill O'Reilly costume was horrible, but I'm gonna tell you something else. That is one of the most entertaining ERBs of all time. It is simultaneously the worst ERB, one of the worst, and one of the greatest at the same time. How you do that? It's a beautiful thing. I find enjoyment. I could go back and watch that and enjoy it the same way, so it can't be the number 1 or number 2. But it is. You're not getting away from that 3. You 3 though. You 3 though. So my number 2. Adam or Steve. Yo. If Mario Brothers versus the Wright Brothers didn't say anything, this is that times 10.
I know that you like to think you're so macho, but you smell like ball sacks and nachos.
No, God!
Work while you and your boyfriend Steve drink and play sports in a fantasy league.
No, God, please, no!
So go ahead, take a shot. I'm sure that you'll miss, like the laundry, the toilet, the grocery list.
No! No!
Got a lotion for this? You got a cream for that? Got any perfume that smells like get the fuck off my back?
No!
Mixed with some played out stereotype, just like this was stereotype the battle, and usually this was cliche the battle, and usually that can work. Like I'm not like being like, oh no, they're using stereotype. I don't care about that. In a battle, those usually actually work if you use it right, and you can be funny with it. But they weren't though. That was the problem. It was horrible. They said absolutely nothing to each other. They might as well just been like, epic rap battle, Adam vs. Eve, let's go. And it could have just been like, men be like, and then when Adam goes, women be like, battle over. That's a summary of the entire battle. But here's my number one worst epic rap battle of all time. And this is the only epic rap battle. I painstakingly thought of what was going to be the number one. And I had to make this my number one. I had to. Because it's funny, when I was making this list, it kept dropping. It didn't start at number one. It started a bit higher. But as I thought about it, it kept going lower and lower. It ended up being the worst one to me. Oprah versus Ellen. This is the only ERB that is so bad, it literally kind of upsets me.
Take a shot at everything you own. I got the skill to make Dr. Phil say,
I think you better just leave her alone.
It's definitely a no for me, dog.
tell Rachel Ray that my favorite recipe is chopping Oprah Winfrey up into a million little pieces.
Whack.
Then you dance like a chicken who snuck in the drunk kitchen. You've got that power, and yes, I've got those kittens. I also feature puppies, talented children, and mittens.
Shit whack.
It kind of ruins my day every time I hear that. That battle, you're not going to convince me that Oprah and Ellen didn't write those battles. You're not going to. Now, shout out to the writers. I'm not trying to dog you, but I don't know what happened there. That was a bad game. You feel me? That was a bad game. I don't know. Listen, I don't know who. That was the epitome of like, yo, maybe my parents would enjoy this battle. I don't even think. It was weird. It was not funny. It was like pointless. And the worst part about it, the reason why it's number one is there's no reason why Oprah versus Ellen should be that light. Or Oprah versus Ellen? That's one of the ones that if I might have to try to revisit. Oprah versus Ellen? Oh, you're supposed to be frying each other. It's Oprah versus Ellen. That's my top 10 worst ERBs of all time. Thank you for watching this all the way to the end. If you watch it all the way to the end, put Kusa La Kusa Goop in the comment section. And make sure you put what you want to see next. I think I'm going to do my top 10 solo performances of ERB next. Get this 5,000 thumbs up if you want that. We out. Love you.